The diagonal of a TV set is 13 inches long. Its length is 7 inches more than the height. Find the dimensions of the TV set. Make sure to show all of your work to receive full credit. So let's draw a picture so you can get an idea on how to start this question. We have a TV set. It's going to be in the shape of a rectangle. And we are told that the diagonal goes from corner to corner. The diagonal is 13 inches. Its length is 7 inches more than the height. So let's label the height as h, and the length is 7 inches more than the height. We want to find the dimensions of the TV set. So we notice that when drawing in the diagonal, we created a right triangle. And when we have a right triangle, we can use Pythagorean Theorem. So we know with Pythagorean Theorem that if we have a right triangle, the side opposite of the right triangle, the side opposite of the right angle is the hypotenuse, and we label that with C. And the other two sides are called the legs, and we label them with A and B. The sides can be related to each other with A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So using that formula on our picture would give the hypotenuse being 13 and the legs being h and h plus 7. So we would get the equation h squared plus h plus 7 squared equals 13 squared. And I'm going to simplify this equation by getting rid of the parentheses. H squared is h plus 7 times h plus 7, and 13 squared, that's 169. So we have, when we multiply h plus 7 times h plus 7, we would have h squared plus 7h plus 7h plus 49 equals 169. Let's combine like terms. That would give 2h squared plus 14h plus 49 equals 169. I can see that I have a quadratic, so I'm going to move all the terms to the same side. I'll subtract 169. That's 2h squared plus 14h. And I need to know what 49 minus 169 is. That's a negative 120. So minus 120 equals 0. I want to solve this quadratic equation. Now there are multiple methods for solving quadratic equations, but I typically start with factoring. So I notice that we have all even numbers. So we're going to factor out a 2. We have h squared plus 7h minus 60 equals 0. And now I want to try to factor this trinomial h squared plus 7h minus 60. I need to know the factors of 60. So 1 times 60, 2 times 30, 3 times 20, 4 times 15, 6 times 10. And that might be all of them. Oh, I skipped 5. 5 times 12. Okay, so that's the one that I'm going to use because I notice that if I subtract these two numbers, I get the same middle number on my trinomial. So I have 5 and 12. And h times h will give me h squared. 5 times 12 gives me 60. And then I need a plus on the 12 and a minus on the 5 to get a positive 7 for that middle term. Now I can set each factor equal to 0. And I get h equals 5 and h equals negative 12. Now in the context of this problem, having a negative number for the height doesn't make sense, so we can exclude this one. So we're going to use a height of 5. And if the height is 5, that means that the length, h plus 7, will be 5 plus 7, that's 12. So we get the dimensions being 5 inches by 12 inches. Thank you for checking out my videos. Have a great day.